Item redeemed. Just like that. They make it so easy. They give so much and expect so little. Which means we should now plot a course to the nearest service station. Okay, you're telling me Sterling does not have a service station. Well, that's rude. Burlington then. Let's see if we can get a trip to Burlington. See, now we end up with the annoying thing that we're used to by now of never getting the deliveries that we want. And they do have to be these external contracts. Okay, well if we're not going to Burlington, we're going to have to explore that little squiggly bit another time. I guess we go to Lamar. Kendrick? Is that you? There was a Lamar back then. Is there any more high-paying ones? No. Okay. Well, they have to be a minimum of 100 miles anyway. Ooh, it's articulated. Well, that'll be fun. Oh, here's one that isn't. Thank God. I can do articulated ones. I'd really rather not. Oh, it's empty pellets though. I hate doing empty pellets. Someone's got to. We beat ATS. Yep, it's done. Pack it up, guys. Articulated so it's a double trailer. So, 2 trailers, extra hinge in the middle. Parking is a nightmare.
Let's go.
Those pallets don't get into TPT on their own. Yep. We're stocking up horror games, guys. And it's from the same place and everything. I only just realized that, so I didn't even have to drive out. I could have just backed up to it. Thankfully, this gearbox has 4 reverse gears, so we can kind of move like 20 miles an hour backwards. Nice. Now it's annoying because we are going to be driving pretty much straight through Burlington, but not making a delivery there. Oh well. It is 3 hours 51 to get there. Oh, seems good. I should probably actually do the little explory bits around there as well. Nah, it's fine. We'll come back this way. Stop by, get yourself a coat. Yep.
Come on, there's a job to do.
At some stage, I'm sure I'll do an articulated job on the stream again. I have thought of other sort of channel point things, like I've got legal delivery on there at the moment. I think I've got special delivery on there. I thought about heavy delivery, but they're actually really boring. Like at least the special deliveries have the extra conditions around them, the guide vehicles and stuff like that. Heavy ones are just a normal delivery, but you are forced to go slow. And ultimately what would happen is that if someone redeems the legal delivery thing, I would just make it a heavy one, because then you really don't have to worry about speeding much. Good luck getting up to speed. Imagine being articulated in the stream, I know, right?
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Interesting, no viewpoints in the city. It's not an interesting enough town, I guess.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Go straight.
Choo choo. Straight through.
Keep left, and then turn left.
It seems strange that the service stop here doesn't have a
Turn left.
actual garage servicing area. It's just fuel and motel. It's interesting, had a barrier to prevent you getting onto the motorway under certain circumstances. Wonder if it's for snow. Reasonably high altitude, reasonably high latitude. I imagine that that is a concern. That would certainly be an interesting thing if they added in like a winter DLC or something where it gave you more weather options. Make it so that instead of midsummer you could choose to be in midwinter instead. And like restrict the weather probability or rain probability slider, or just ignore it. It would be a lot of work, but it would be interesting. Making it happen in real time or something, that would be even more complicated. I think it would be better if it was just an option that you could kind of switch on or off based on personal preference. I think having it actually change with the seasons would be far too difficult. Making it for 3 months at a time, essentially, yeah, there's a lot of maintenance overhead for that though. More simulated, yeah, well, obviously, but yeah. I mean, yeah, if you could like pick out of the 4 seasons which one you wanted it to be. And just basically have it be either solstice or either equinox being what that sets the clock around and the weather conditions around. 4 seasons landscaping. Absolutely. That's gonna take a while to die out, I think. At least if I have anything to do about it. The best damn meme. I don't know about the best, there's been some pretty good ones. I enjoyed the one about where it was basically someone asking, "Hey Nevada, you doing alright there counting those polls? You got enough
right,
people working?"
then exit right.
It's like, polls? You mean like in clubs, right? It's like, no, election polls. It's like, oh, we might have a
Exit
problem.
right. Turn right.
So there's definitely been some interesting ones. You know how many strippers can work, because hey, I mean, they're also really good at counting, I'm sure. Two hours 28. I think that's fine for me reaching the halfway house. On my way to count my votes the damn self, yeah. Or like an allusion to the count from Sesame Street being the only person actually doing the counting. Yeah, back on the weather thing though, so the earlier game, the 18 Wheels of Steel one, that had, like, it wasn't a state-based approach, and the scale was a lot more zoomed out even than what it is in these games. And you could drive coast to coast, and it even had the lower parts of Canada as well, so you could drive like Vancouver to Winnipeg, for example. And at that point, they actually had snow around the road, and the physics was much slipperier when driving on those roads. Which is pretty much the only way you can make that stretch of road interesting, because otherwise there is nothing. For its time, it was a really good game. My brother and I played the hell out of that. Just a whole lot of Lower Canada, yep. Just a whole lot of Alberta. It would be interesting to go as far as maybe Calgary or Edmonton. Beyond that, not so much. But I guess at that point you could at least drive down over the border and go through the Dakotas or something.
Straight.
Be a bit more interesting.
Go straight.
So one thing that I'd be very interested to see is the roadmap, so to speak, for the release schedule for the various states and how they intend to group them. Because you could do both Dakotas at once, for example, if you really wanted to. There's a few states that you could just lump together as a pack instead of doing each one individually. But it depends if they felt they wanted to continue with the idea of each individual one having certain character points about it that make it special. Imagine if they didn't call it a roadmap. Yeah. Given the puns that they exercise freely in their regular Steam updates, they would not let that go by. One of the many reasons I appreciate the development team on this game. They have some good ones. And they know to use them sparingly too. It'll just be in like the final paragraph of their update where they've been going on about some of the special things they've been adding in, then they'll be sure to just throw something in at the end. Which is a very important thing. Less is more. And here we are in Burlington, and we are 54 minutes remaining on our rest counter. Nice. While we're here, we'll fill up on gas as well. Make sure we're all topped off, physically and mechanically. And see about getting a new paint job. Once again, kind of annoying that we're discovering the city without actually doing a delivery here, but such is life. Now, is the train long enough? No, not really. It should be much more impressive. Nice double cars though. And so is Christopher Columbus, so as we discovered Burlington. I don't know what the relevance of that is, so I'll take your word for it. My knowledge of Christopher Columbus was simply that he discovered the general location.
Get ready to turn right.
Or at least was credited in doing so. I'm quite positive he wasn't the first to do so. Usage of the word discovered is funny. Yes, right. Yep. Absolutely. We have put it on our own personal map and therefore we have discovered it for the world. Yep, I get you.
Go straight.
Didn't discover a damn thing. That's probably also a bit short, like discounting it. I'm sure there were some unpopulated areas that were truly discovered. But yes, definitely not to the same extent
Go
as is
straight.
what is popularly credited.
Keep left, and then turn left.
But then I'm sure it also
Turn
comes
left.
down to nitpicking in the meaning of the word discovered as well. I'm sure there's a way you could spin it. Yeah, the fact that a lot of people did not know of the existence of the place means that, well, as far as I'm concerned, it was indeed discovered.
Go straight.
That's why the more correct term is usually that discovered for,
Keep
you know,
right.
discovered for Spain or whatever, as opposed to, like, you know, if you're out in a new place, it's like, oh, I discovered this really cool restaurant, something like that. You know, obviously it was
Keep
there
right.
without you knowing about it, but you made a personal discovery of its existence, and that counts. Let's see about this paint job if we can. I don't actually know what it's called. Ah, hard truck heat. There we go. Nice. See, it's one of the early paint jobs from the old game. Because who doesn't want their truck looking like a hot rod? I don't know who Rod is and why he's so hot, but
Time to get the job done. Rerouting.
so sleep or gas first.
Keep right. Okay. Let's
Go
find a
to
new
the
route.
truck area over here.
Keep left.
Then we can drive through the gas station to get out again.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Assuming it lets me park
Keep
up over here.
right. Finding new route. Recomputing.
Okay, I could just stop
Keep
like this,
right.
it seems. Here am I trying to park nicely along in between the lines, and it just tells me, no, you can park in the middle of the tarmac, mate, and just turn off the engine. She'll be right. Don't worry about the rest of these trucks. More of a handsome Rod, if I'm honest, yes. Rod Stewart, perhaps? In his heyday, perhaps? Rod Gilbert, if you like the Welsh. I can't actually think of many other famous personages who are Rod.
Keep right.
Rod Serling? I don't recognize the name. So Rod Stewart is the only one I can really think of that would fit the bill. Oh, you're coming in here. Twilight Zone guy. Ah, that was never really a thing over here. I know of the existence of the show. And that's about it. I think there was a more recent resurrection of the series, unless that is the one with that person. I don't know.
Go straight.
Great show for its time, yeah. I don't imagine it's aged well. Smoke's Jordan Peele, okay, who I've also do not recognise the name of. I remember seeing something on the internet about it being given a new lease on life, and honestly my first thought really was, is that necessary? I mean, and is that even safe these days when there are people who will believe anything already in dangerous quantities? Do you really want to encourage that? I mean, it is harmless entertainment, except for the people who won't take it as such. And honestly, half the time you just see stranger things on the news anyway. Also, they missed a trick there. They should have had Robert Pattinson present it. I'm sure he'd not want anything to do with it.
Go straight.
I mean, there's a few people associated with that other franchise that could do the same job for similar
Go
amusing
straight.
association. He is literally the only name that I can actually remember.
Turn left.
I just realised there's an error that
Get
shows
ready
up
to
on
turn
my
right.
wing mirror when I indicate. That's kind
Turn
of cool.
right.
Kristen Stewart, that's the one, yes. Yeah, she is
Get
a
ready to turn
very
left.
good actor independent of that franchise. Yeah, she's
Turn
been in good
left.
things prior to that, she's been in good things since. I'm certainly not one to
Get ready
judge
to turn right.
an actress or actor purely by the work they happened to
Turn
get
right.
very well paid for at the time. Only if they did a bad performance in it, but I think they, let's just say, I think they did the best they could.
Go
Yeah,
straight.
working with what they've got, exactly. I mean, as far as I know, not having read the books or watched the movies, the portrayals were pretty accurate to how they were meant to be portrayed. Which is to say that the source material was uninspired enough as it is.
Go straight, and then turn right.
Saw the first movie
Turn
ages
right.
ago. Yeah, there certainly wouldn't be a reason to re-watch it. I'm sure some people still like them, each to their own. Not exactly the target demographic.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
That was a very weird little interaction with the road there, having to go around instead of just going up and over the train line, I assume is what we were crossing. But it broke the monotony. And we find ourselves nearly at
Go
Lamar.
straight.
I would make some sort of Kendrick Lamar song reference if I knew the names of literally any of his songs. But we can admire the countryside. A nice big irrigation rig over there.
Go straight.
Yeah, we play the game grain silo or church?
Turn right.
Nice little town. On, you could say, the prairie. It's a rather involved agricultural precinct over there.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Little house, yes, but this isn't a house, it's a town.
Turn right. Get ready to
It's
turn
called an
right.
illusion, spelled with an A.
Turn right.
Alrighty.
It's all over now.
Where do they need it? Over yonder. So now we gotta turn around. Bright eyes or otherwise. That fence snuck up on me a bit quicker than I was expecting. Not enough. We need to go diagonally from there. Sneak past the corner of the building. And pivot. Another inconvenient place for them to stack some full pallets, but here's some empty ones. Cha-ching! And now it tells me about this new Steam inventory items that I already have equipped. Cool. Now I do wish that it was intelligent enough to actually cross off the cities from your list. Oh yeah, and the community goal is to do 60 million miles while delivering the cargoes. I imagine that'll be met within a week. They keep making the limit really high and they keep getting it beaten. So back up to Burlington would be acceptable. Or Denver, that works. It's going in the right direction. Sure, we'll do that. We do want to go to Burlington though. If there are any deliveries going there, that would be important. If we need to sort by length. Pueblo is just down here. Wow, that's a long way away. I'm guessing that's where the wind farm actually is. Interesting. But yes, nothing to Burlington. Oh, and, oh yeah, even the Denver one was really far out of town, wasn't it? Makes it a bit tricky. Yeah, that one there. So it's actually nowhere near Denver itself. But that's 99 miles and it has to be 100 miles to qualify for the event. Denver, right, sure. Well, it's the nearest responsible area, you could say. I think the Denver one is probably the best bet. 147 miles. And then we'll have to get a delivery from there to who the hell knows where else. Sort by distance, I was. There was nothing to Burlington. And that would probably be less than the 100 miles as well. So, this'll do. If I have to do some long deliveries later to make up for not going there, then that's fine. We will make do.
What are we waiting for?
And this will probably be the final delivery of tonight.
Go straight. Finding new route.
This loops around. For some reason I thought it went through.
Get ready
Well, that's
to
a
turn
pointless
right.
waste of road.
Turn right, and then turn right. Turn right. Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Sell goods. Must be a very easy thing to talk about. Where would you work?
We're
Where do you work?
here.
Sell goods. What do you
Now
do?
drop the
Well,
load and go. Okay.
cha-ching.
Here we go.
Well, we don't need to rest anytime soon. We don't need fuel anytime soon. So, we're good to go. And this way we get to see some more of the back roads.
Go straight. right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Had to pull in for an inspection immediately. Okay.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
I really wish you could just drive through at like 10 miles an hour. Glad this driver can stay up longer than I can. I can stay up at least as long as the driver does, and do most days. But I certainly would not want to be in charge of an 80,000 pound vehicle and load. Because basically after every rest, it's I think an 8-hour rest, and that sets you good to go for another 12 hours shift or something. Might be 13 hours, I'm not sure. I believe it's based on some element of law, though I'm sure that, like most things in the States, it does vary between states.
Keep right, then exit right.
I imagine they just go based on some sort of federal minimum.
Exit right.
And Euro Truck Simulator is slightly different and goes off EU regulations instead, I believe. I think the rest time is slightly longer and the time on shift is slightly less. I think it's only 11 hours shifts. And the rest time might be 10 instead of 8. Or it might be this, where the rest time is 10, but it does you good for the next 12 or 13. He said law, I thought he said law, because my accent was very confused. Well, yep, they do sound almost identical. I mean, the law is kind of the law by which a story or something abides by, so there is a similarity.
Keep right, and then continue straight. Go straight. Keep right, and then keep right.
And we go.
Go straight.
Little township. Don't need gas or rest. Onwards. Up the 287 apparently. Another weird little dog-leggy thing. Up and over the railway. Oh, nice church over there. I may not care much for religion in general, but I do appreciate the aesthetic sometimes.
Go straight.
It's a way to make a community hall a little bit more attractive. Why was there a lighthouse back there? Who the hell knows? Not quite as significant as the one in Providence in Utah. Christians did kind of go off with stained glass.
Go straight.
Some, definitely. I think some branches are much more severe than others, tend not to. It's definitely found a way to make something as simple as the sunlight pop off to good effect. They also tend to have good steeples, which makes for a very good ready-made lightning conductor. And just the very fact that you have to put a lightning rod on your church steeple says a lot about your particular faith in doing so. Always felt amused by that. I guess they could pass it off as the fact of, well, we're all sinners, so therefore if we get smoked, then best to be safe. Hey, there's the wind turbines over there. So we go under the freeway, we then go round and go back under the freeway a different direction, and then turn back around to go under or over it once again. All of this feels rather unnecessary.
Keep right, and then turn right.
I have to stop again. No,
Turn right.
I don't think I will. Because that's on the freeway, and I am not on the freeway. There's a little bit that goes off to the side. Do I have to take that? Interesting. And annoying. Why couldn't you have put it further back? Oh well. The thing is, I have traffic fines turned off, and
Rerouting.
if you don't go to the way station, you suffer a fine, so technically there is no reason for me to stop. But it feels wrong not to. There we go, in the opposite way. Interesting. Suffer a damn fine. Always. I am always suffering for my art.
Get ready to turn left.
And we're almost there. This hasn't taken nearly as long as I thought it might, so that's good.
Turn left.
Proceeds. Interesting.
Get ready to turn right.
We appear to be in ranch country.
Turn
Dressing
right.
or otherwise. I was probably meant to go into that turning bay. Whatever. And here we are. Getting close to the construction. Here we are delivering a nacelle. She sells nacelles on the plains of Colorado.
Good driving.
How tricky is this going to be to park? Fine. We'll just go around and straight through. Probably. Yeah, looks like it. The tricky thing is I don't know whether or not there's going to be any cargo actually from here. Oh, are you kidding me? Of course they've put a bloody ute in the way so you can't just drive through. What nincompoop decided it was a good idea to park there? Honestly. Like, if this was real life, you would just tell them to move their truck. My truck is bigger than yours, get yours out of my way. And now we're heading into the front end loader, because of course that's a great place to park one of those too. Now we can straighten up a little bit there. Boo, real life. Yeah, it'd be great if there was a button for shout out your window at an idiot to move their vehicle. Getting caught on things again. Tweet like a twigger. There's also the fact that they have a lot of area to work with. Why is this area so cramped? It's like that in the mines that you have to deliver to as well. It's like you have all of this space. Huh. Achievement progress. Energy from above, 1 out of 4. I'm gonna just take a stab in the dark and suggest that there is an achievement for delivering to all 4 of those wind farm areas.